Hi everybody, I'm Charlie, and this is On Air, my Beatles collection. Well, today, finally, my John Lennon Power to the People stuff showed up. I have two boxes here. Gonna do an unboxing for you. Here's the other one. So I'll start with a little preamble. I was aware of the John Lennon Power to the People package on the day it was announced, because I always get the emails very early in the morning on the day they're announced. So I was able to put the pre-order in right then and there. But then I thought to myself, whenever I order directly from a Beatles store, UMG, whether it's the Lennon store, the McCartney store, whatever store, they never ship it to arrive on the release date. They always ship it on the release date, and it comes like a week later. So today is Thursday, and the release date was last Friday, and I just got these today. So that's my first pet peeve rant of the day. And here's my second one. Here in the US, Walmart advertised at the end of August the 9 CD, 3 Blu-ray box set for $82. Of course, that's $150 some cheaper than the suggested list price. Apparently, that was a mistake. They did accept orders, lots of orders. And so about a week before the release date, many of us, myself included, got an email from Walmart saying, your item is going to be shipped this week. It should arrive by Saturday, meaning last Saturday, the day after release date. Not too bad. And just to confirm your address if you see any issues with that, because we want to make sure we deliver it to the right place. Well, Saturday came and went. There was no email, there was no delivery, there was no nothing. I started to read online that some people were getting cancellation orders, and some people were getting delay emails, I should say. So they would get an email saying your order's been canceled, or they would get an email saying your order's been delayed. I didn't get either one. I did sign on to the Walmart site, and sure enough, it said delayed. During the course of this current week, some people have said, hey, I finally got it, arrived on Tuesday or Wednesday, and other people said I got a cancellation. Up until today, all I had was delay, order delayed. But I woke up this morning to an email that said your order's been canceled. So I went online just to kind of check the usual Facebook sites to see what people were saying. And lo and behold, dozens of people were saying their order was canceled today. So there's no $82 box set. They're claiming that they are out of stock, and you can reorder it when they have stock again. Some people have proved, have found evidence that they do have stock. They just don't want to sell it at $82 because somebody goofed. That person probably doesn't work for Walmart anymore, by the way. But in any case, that's how the day started today. I thought, back a week ago, I thought for sure that I would have the Walmart set first, and then I would have the one from, the Lennon store second, because I made the mistake of ordering it from the Lennon store. If I had ordered it from Amazon, that is any of the varieties that were available on Amazon, I would have had them last Friday. Saturday at the latest. Amazon ships for delivery on the release date. The Lennon store, the McCartney store, the whatever store, they ship the day before or the day of release, and you don't get it till the following week. So anyway, that's my rant, my pet peeves. I made the mistake when I ordered the anthology box. I ordered that on Amazon, and it'll come on November 21st, the day it's supposed to come. If I ordered it from the Beatles store, I'm sure it wouldn't come till the following week. Following week here is Thanksgiving. So that would be one day where there's no mail at all. So I probably wouldn't get it till at least Friday, known as Black Friday here, which is also Record Store Day. So I ordered it from Amazon. It'll come on the day of release, and I'll be happy about that. I made the same mistake with the Wings compilation box. I bought that from a different supplier, and I'm sure I won't get that till a week later either. Anyway, enough said about that. Let's start with the unboxing. So, first box I got is a Bags Unlimited box. Kind of a standard LP box. I've already cut the tape on it so I could easily get the stuff out of there. And here's what you have. I have 2 copies of this, so I'll only show you one. This is the double color vinyl. So I'm gonna take out my X-Acto knife, and I'm gonna carefully cut through the plastic here, through the shrink. Easier said than done. Anyway, got it. All right. I don't save the shrink wrap, and I don't keep them in the shrink wrap. I do save the hype stickers because I'll put a plastic sleeve over this that's removable, and a poly sleeve, I should say. And I find that these days these hype stickers, they come off pretty easily from the original shrink, and I put them on the poly sleeve that I use later on. So anyway, what this says is limited edition colored vinyl, and there is a number underneath the Power to the People, a number in red. I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's too long. It's probably not a catalog number, but it's too long to be a limited edition number. I don't think they did 7,833,835. Anyway, it says limited edition colored vinyl, hybrid show, 2 LP. It looks like 8. I can't read the word. 8-page booklet, completely remixed from the original multi-tracks, the ultimate mixes. So that's the hype sticker. Here is the vinyl, and unlike the box set that we've all probably seen by now, this does not have the same kind of cover. It doesn't have the lenticular cover, as they say, but it has this. So it's a plastic sleeve, pretty sturdy, nice sleeve, and it has the same, has the title on the front, and then it has the song listings on the back, so you can see them when the album is in there. And rather than the lenticular cover that switches from John to Yoko, this one doesn't. It's John on the front and Yoko on the back. So quite different. This is the inside. It's a picture from Madison Square Garden. If you're unfamiliar with why this concert took place, most Americans know of Geraldo Rivera. Well, Geraldo was a local newscaster, cub newscaster, if you will, in the early 70s. And he discovered a place for mentally challenged individuals called Willowbrook. And it was horrendous. People were living in their own slop and sleeping on the floors and all kinds of stuff. And he did a newscast about it on TV, and it kind of riled a lot of people up. What's going on at Willowbrook, including John and Yoko. And they wanted to know, to Geraldo, what can we do? Well, Geraldo created a charity called 1-to-1, and it was to help in situations like that. And so this concert that was organized featuring John and Yoko, but not only John and Yoko, was referred to as the 1-to-1 benefit concert. And they raised $1.5 million, which I understand is worth about $8 million in modern terms. So anyway, that's why it's called 1-to-1. It was to support Willowbrook. And anyway, let's take a look at the record. So first I want to see what else is in here. I'll take everything out of the jacket, and then we'll take a look at what's in here. So there are some other goodies in here, so let's do the goodies first. First thing I see is a poster. Pretty good size poster. Hope you can see the whole thing. At the top. So, Power to the People, John and Yoko, Plastic Ono Band with Elephant's Memory, and special guests. So that's the first thing that I find coming out of the package here. And I'll put that to the side. And the next thing is a little booklet. Got the same stuff there. And then on the back it tells you what the track list is and other information. So I'll read that to you. Power to the People, live at the 1-to-1 concert, Madison Square Garden, New York City. New York City, 30th of August, 1972. And so this is the hybrid concert. So there's some of these are the daytime concert and some of the songs are the nighttime concert. And of course, it does not include Sisters, Oh Sisters, or Woman is the N-word of the world. Unfortunately, many people thought that was the best song on the Sometime in New York City album and wanted to hear it live, but it didn't make the cut on this for obvious reasons and quite controversial, I might say. Anyway, disc 1 here has Power to the People intro, New York City, the song New York City. It's So Hard, Move On Fast, Well, 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 Born in a Prison, Instant Karma, Mother, and We're All Water. That's disc 1. Disc 2 is Come Together, Imagine, Open Your Box, Cold Turkey, Don't Worry Kyoko, Hound Dog, Law and Order, and Give Peace a Chance, and that's the finale with special guests. So that's on the back. You can pause that if you want to read it for yourself. And then we have the booklet. So, show you that. Again, maybe you can pause that if you want to take a closer look. So, what's here is I'm trying to see who wrote this. It doesn't give credit to who wrote this, but there's it looks like it's in John's words up until it's an interview and it's John and it's Yoko. So some of it's attributed to John and some of it's attributed to Yoko. And then there's some pictures from the concert itself. And here's a road case for the concert. Care of Apple Records. It says call collect 212-582-5533. And then this talks about the performance itself. So who's in the band, who's doing the backing vocals, and all that kind of stuff. So far we have the poster and we have the booklet. And then we have, of course, the records. So first thing is it's a Power to the People sleeve. This is polyline sleeve. And here is the record. Sort of a Coke bottle green, translucent. Got the morphing John into Yoko picture on the label like they used back in the day. So this is disc 1. And I'm sure disc 2 looks pretty much like it. Same Same sleeve, poly lined. And there we go. Those of you who follow me know that I'm kind of a sucker for color vinyl. And that was really the reason that I bought this from the Lennon site, because the color vinyl was not available anywhere else unless you bought it, you know, secondhand, if you will, from somebody else who bought it from the Lennon site. You know, maybe they marked it up and put it on eBay or something like that. But if you wanted to pay the regular price, and you didn't mind waiting till a week after the release date, there you go. That's how you got the clear vinyl, or color vinyl, if you want to call it that. So, but my mistake was also buying the 9 CD 3 Blu-ray set from that site. If I bought it from Amazon, I would have had it already, and I probably would have paid less because I would have had free shipping, because I am an Amazon Prime member. So I would have gotten free shipping. So I probably would have paid $10 or $15 less in total if I just did it that way. But I was in the site. I bought the color vinyl. Here's you another copy. I'm not going to open that. I'm saving that for a friend. And they came in this one box together. Of course, they hit me twice for shipping. I placed one order, but they hit me twice. They put it in 2 different boxes. And here's the other box. And of course, there's only one thing in here, and that's the box set. And this is the 9 CD and 3 Blu-ray. So, once again, get my X-Acto out, and I will carefully try to remove the shrink. What I usually try to do on these boxes is I try to remove the shrink in such a way that it's just the opening where you take stuff out of, rather than the whole, all the shrink. So I may try to preserve the shrink on this one. So I just cut it all the way around there, and now I will try to remove it. Well, maybe not. There we go. There we go. So all the shrink is intact except for the ends. All the song titles are on the back, and I'm going to remove the contents. So nice rigid cover. Matches the other Lennon boxes. Same size. It's going to fit nice on the shelf next to the others. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing. And let's talk about what kind of goodies are in here. So first of all, we got another copy of the poster. So I won't open that again. You know what that looks like. And there's also this little envelope here that has stuff in it. So this, I guess this is sort of a ticket replica. What it says there talks about, it says John and Yoko with Plastic Ono Elephants Memory Band, 1-to-1, benefit concert for the children of Willowbrook. Other special guests will appear. Special matinee performance August 30th at 2 p.m. Donation $10, $7.50, or $5. Evening performance is already sold out. Tickets on sale now at Madison Square Garden Center box office. And all Ticketron outlets. Remember Ticketron? I remember going to Sears department store that had a Ticketron office back in the 70s. I did not go to this concert, although I lived fairly close to Madison Square Garden. I did not go. So there's this first thing I found. This is an invitation to a sponsor party at Tavern on the Green. This card is your admission ticket. And it says that on the back. That's interesting. Next thing in there is 2 replica tickets to the show. I'll show you what that looks like. Let's see. This says this is the $15 ticket. Excuse me. Imagine how much it would cost now. Add, I would say add 2 zeros. 15, not 150. Not for the best ticket, that's for sure. And here is a non-transferable badge that allows you to go backstage, and it's got the string, and that's what that looks like. So that's cool. You know, this stuff, you know, you get it. It helps you to reminisce, and it helps you to understand what this was really like in context. You know, what it was like to get the tickets and feel them in your hand, and if you had the good fortune of getting a backstage pass, what that looked like. You know, when they put this stuff in the box sets, it's sort of, okay, you know, you look at it once or twice, probably not going to look at it again, but it's nice to have them. You know, I'm not complaining. The next thing in here is this really beautiful book. I love these box sets for the books. You know, it's nice red, like the outer box, gold lettering. As you can see, the lettering has texture to it. Really nice. Obviously, I can't show you every page in the book, but I will tell you right inside the front cover, there's more goodies. So here is a John and Yoko on stage postcard. There's the back of the postcard. I don't think too many people are going to be using that through the U.S. mail. Here's another sometime in New York City postcard. And that has the same info on the back, the Power to the People info. And then there's 2 pages of stickers. Free Bob Dylan on the bottom there. Let them stay in USA. John and Yoko is the one in the middle. Of course, John and Yoko were fighting for the right to stay here in the U.S. and get a green card. And Richard Nixon was president, and he was hell-bent on getting them out of here. When he resigned the office of president, that pretty much ended the case against John and Yoko. And the next president chose not to pursue that. That would have been Gerald Ford. And here's the other one. This has the famous Nixon and Mao naked and dancing picture that was on the cover of Sometime in New York City. The album that's sort of adopted here in the 9 CD set. Now it's just called New York City. Let's see what else is in the book. There's nothing else that's loose in the book. So those cards and stickers and whatnot came right up from inside the cover. And the next page has the title. And next page has the title again. And got the crowd picture. John and Yoko on stage. This tells you the contents. Of course, as I said, I can't show you the whole thing, but lots of pictures from the time. You know, this project really is representing John and Yoko basically from 1970 to 1972. There's some color pictures here. Just scanning it. A lot of type. A lot of stuff to read here. Here's a John Sinclair poster for the John Sinclair Freedom Rally with John and Yoko, Stevie Wonder, Bob Seger, Commander Cody, and many others. Look at that. Another picture. Remember the You Are Here campaign that John did. Anyway, lots of nice pictures. There's the label I was talking about before from that era, the Sometime in New York City album with the morphing John to Yoko picture. And anyway, nice thick book. Let's see, how many pages does it say? How many? Well, it's numbered up to 202, but there's another page after that, so 204. Heavy, nice book, very nice. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, is the music. So this, much like the LP, has John on the front, Yoko on the back. It's two things that slip out of a plastic slip sleeve like on the album. Same thing. This one doesn't have any print on the back. The other one had, for the album, it had the song tracks on the back. This one, there'd be too many. It's 9 CDs and 3 DVDs. Anyway, this is what they look like. So here's the first one. And there's John and Yoko on the back. Yoko's singing, John's playing the guitar. And then this has 6 discs. And this is, let's see what it says. I just made this the back. And it says this is CD1 is the hybrid show. CD2 is the afternoon show. CD3 is the evening show. CD4 is the ultimate mixes of New York City, which again is the Sometime in New York City album minus the 2 tracks that I mentioned before. CD5 is from the same album, and it is the Evolution documentary CD. I take back what I said a minute ago. The New York City album, both the CD4 and CD5, do have Sisters, Oh Sisters. The live concert stuff does not include Sisters, Oh Sisters, or Woman is the N-word. The CD4 and 5, which are the New York City Ultimate Mixes and Evolution mixes, don't include Woman, but they do include Sisters, Oh Sisters. And then CD6 here is Studio Jam with a bunch of songs. You Can't Sit Down, Roll Over Beethoven, Honey Don't, Ain't That a Shame, Send Me Some Lovin', I'm just skipping through it. Happy Birthday Yoko, Don't Be Cruel / Hound Dog, Whole Lot of Shaking Going On, It'll Be Me, Yakety Yak, Roadrunner. And then also on that same CD6, there's more of the New York City Elements mixes. Well, not more of. The one I mentioned before was the Evolution documentary. This one is the Elements mixes, and it's Sisters, Oh Sisters, Born in a Prison, The Luck of the Irish, and Angela. So that's the track list for the 6 CDs that are in here. So, again, that's the whole thing opened up. That's the whole thing from the inside. And if you close it like this with the track listing, and John and Yoko. And then the other one has John and Yoko there. And it has Yoko on the back here. So together in the package, with the sleeve on it, it looks like the album without the title tracks, the song tracks. Sorry, I dropped something. And this, of course, is the rest of the CDs plus the 3 Blu-rays. So, pretty obvious which is which. The ones in these covers here are the Blu-rays, and the other 3. So I'll tell you what's going on with those. This has the same fold over here. So let's see. So BluRay 1 is the hybrid show on BluRay. BluRay 1 also includes the afternoon show, and it also includes the evening show. BluRay 2 has the ultimate mixes of New York City album. BluRay 2 also has the Evolution documentary. It also has the studio jam with all the songs I mentioned before. And it also has the Elements mixes that I mentioned before, all on BluRay 2. BluRay 3 is a live jam. It's Cold Turkey, Don't Worry Kyoko, Well Baby Please Don't Go, Jam Rag, Scumbag, and I believe that's the one with Frank Zappa. And let's see, the Live Jam 2, also on BluRay 3, is Attic Estate, Luck of the Irish, Sisters Oh Sisters. This is a live jam of the tracks from the album. I failed to mention that that BluRay 3 also includes CD 7 and CD 8 and CD 9. So these titles that are on the third Blu-ray are also the same titles that are on 7, 8, and 9 CD. For my taste, I'm going to listen to them on the Blu-ray because, you're going to get the surround sound and Dolby Atmos and all that stuff. So Live Jam 2, which is on Blu-ray 3 and also CD 8, is Attic Estate, Luck of the Irish, Sisters Oh Sisters. Again, it's the New York City album, but live. And then the last thing, CD 9 and also Blu-ray 3, is a whole bunch of jams. I don't have all the information in front of me on these other than the titles, so I'll just go through them fast or skip over them. Honey Don't, Glad All Over, Lend Me Your Comb, Wake Up Little Susie, New York City, Wake Up Little Susie again. Let's see, You're So Square, Heartbeat, Peggy Sue Got Married. Now we'd like to change the mood a little. Maybe Baby, Mailman, Bring Me No More Blues, Rave On, 12 Bar Blues, I Got You, High Heel Sneakers, Slippin' and Slidin', Gone From This Place, Send Me Some Lovin', He Got the Blues, When the Teacher, Pill, It's Real, I Ain't Marching Anymore, Joe Hill, Chords of Fame, Ringing of Revolution. Anyway, show you the whole thing. You can pause that and you can read the ones I missed and see if you can figure out what the heck I just said a few minutes ago. Anyway, let's take one of the Blu-rays out just to get a peek at that. So it's in the same kind of package that the LPs were in. So you get the Power to the People motif there. Let's see what they look like. So that's the Blu-ray right there. And let's take a CD out. See, yeah, so the CD, you don't have to take it out. The CDs are black print. And apparently they're upside down in there for some reason, but I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Well, anyway, that is Power to the People double vinyl, clear vinyl, or Coke vinyl, Coca-Cola green, I think it is. Maybe it's a little light to be Coca-Cola green, but it's green, and it's translucent. And the 9 CD, 3 Blu-ray box set. John and Yoko, Power to the People. John and Yoko and Plastic Ono Band with Elephant's Memory. I know you've probably seen other unboxings of this by now. Some people got these in advance. Unfortunately, I don't have enough subscribers yet here to get freebies from the Lennon Estate or McCartney or anybody else. So I have to pay for this stuff. And sometimes it takes a while to get here. So I ranted about that already. I won't rant about it again. And I have no idea what's going to happen with the Walmart discounted one. I doubt we're ever going to see that. I think those that are getting them got them. And I think the rest of us will have to pay full price if we want a second one. I didn't need a second one. I thought it'd be nice to have a second one if it was the cost. And I could share that with a friend and give somebody a bargain. but unfortunately, that's not what happened. So anyway, that's it for today. We got a lot more stuff coming soon. We're going to see the red vinyl single box from AVA, which is the Beatles Live. We're going to see some more Ringo releases. We're going to see some Wings releases. We're going to see the John and Yoko Happy Christmas green vinyl in picture sleeve. We're going to see the yellow vinyl Wonderful Christmas Time in McCartney picture sleeve. We're going to see Ringo's liquid vinyl Stop and Smell the Roses. We're going to see the Wings compilation on color vinyl. We're going to see the anthology box set. So we got a lot of stuff coming. A lot of Christmas shopping this year. I have another video on that with trying to cover most of the Christmas shopping. I think I just said them roughly in the order that we're going to get them. Oh, and there's a Julian Lennon EP that's coming out next week. And I have an autographed copy of that coming. Again, I probably won't get it till the week after because nobody seems to want to ship on time to arrive on release date except Amazon. So anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber yet, please hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to share it with this video with your friends, and maybe I'll get some other views and maybe some other subscribers. And if you're not a member of my Facebook page, please come on over there and take a look. That's also called My Beatles Collection. And we've got almost 6,000 subscribers there. It is a private group, so you have to answer a few questions. But love to have you over there too. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.